Hey guys, welcome to our weekly community AMA. Hope you guys are all having a great week. Got a lot of exciting stuff to talk about today. Got a really big announcement that I'm actually going to be saving for closer to the end of the AMA, so make sure you guys stick around for that. But we got a lot of good stuff to go over in the meantime. First, I guess let's talk real quick about the markets. We experienced the biggest liquidation event in history on Friday, so hope none of you guys were too exposed there and didn't take too big of a beating there. It's really a pretty crazy thing that we saw in the markets, and a lot of different. I don't want to talk about it too much, but yeah, it's definitely pretty crazy times to see prices dip that hard that fast, and a lot of guys got wiped out. And yeah, it was a really tough day on Friday for a lot of people. So hope you guys are all right, and if you did take any losses, hopefully you're recovering. Let's talk a little bit about book first. Our book Dex has been getting some good volume. Actually, before we even talk about anything about book, I really got to reiterate again the power of the BookUSD utility and how well that's going to work once the book price starts to show some upward momentum, right? Like the ability to borrow against your book, book being a finite supply token, it's only going to get more scarce as we get more holders involved and we get more eyes on the project. More about that in a little bit. But with BookUSD, being able to borrow against your book, it lets, some people want to leverage up. They want to buy more book with their borrowed bud. And as well, once we start getting some more borrowing going, all of a sudden that makes the BUS token, because BUS receives rewards every time somebody borrows, and we have a very healthy 4% borrow fee. So BUS rewards are going to spike like crazy once, the price of book starts to move up and more people start to borrow. And then, of course, that just starts the whole flywheel where, when BUS gets more valuable, now all of a sudden staking BUD starts to pay really well. Now people want to buy BUD, and then BUD goes over PEG, and it incentivizes borrowing against your book even more. And, it's I know that, we did face a couple big liquidation waves in the past with BookUSD, but hopefully, we've all learned from that, and, we take it a little bit more conservative this time around. But I think we can see some explosive price action like we saw in the past with book, I think I'm confident book can go to new all-time highs. And I know that's, about a 15x from where we're at right now, approximately. But I'm very confident that we can reach new all-time highs, especially with BookUSD being such a great utility built on top of book. And I think, again, it just needs some more eyes on it, and it needs some positive price movement. And I think, BookUSD can really help carry that momentum forward. Hey, Scott, what's going on, buddy? It's great to be here, Aaron. Thank you for all the hard work. You bet, man. I'm going to be here grinding till we all make it, man. Big things coming. So, with that out of the way, so BookUSD, don't sleep on that. BUS has, I've seen some really smart buyers coming in and picking up BUS while it's down at these levels. Let's take a look at the chart, actually. Yes, we've definitely moved off the lows. Looks like we're still facing a little bit of sell pressure here, but I think that, with what I know is coming for book and what that's going to mean for the book ecosystem, I think anything accumulating BUS under a cent is like a no-brainer. Like the returns that you're going to get on that in fees is going to cover your cost of entry many times over once BookUSD starts picking up some action. So it's so the guys that are buying BUS right now, I got to say, very, very, very smart move. Obviously, in addition to guys picking up book, book is an incredible deal right now. As is blue. It's again, going back to what I mentioned at the beginning of the AMA, the markets are, they're in a bit of a pullback right now. I think BTC is like around 108K or so. It kind of feels like every AMA I'm talking about the market being in a pullback. It's been a funny, I guess, I don't know if I want to call it a bull market, but it's been a funny market compared to what I would have expected it to play out so far. But I'm still very hopeful for, the next couple months being quite bullish. And So BUS showing some strength, but again, I would highly recommend you guys start accumulating some BUS. I think, again, anything under a cent is a no-brainer, and I think it's gonna, once we start to see some traction on BookUSD, it's, I think it can go back up to where it traded at previously, right? I think it was 50 cents or so. I think that's not out of the question. We just need to get more borrowing action on the BookUSD protocol, and I think that's definitely something that's going to happen in the very near future. Hey, Eric Peters, what's going on, buddy? All right, so let's talk a little bit about the book decks. I see that we've had a couple more guys jump in and participate. This is the dex board. This shows all of the different dexes, and as I mentioned last stream, the more volume that we get, the better. The more action that we get on the book decks, the higher up in the list that we're gonna be. And we're actually in the last 30 days, we're actually ranked 13 now. And again, this board gets lots of traffic. This is where people go to see all the different dexes for perp trading, and yeah, we're number 13 now. And the more action, more volume we can get here, the higher up we can climb. And again, we have direct link to our token here, direct link to our website. So this is great marketing for us. So let's keep pushing and keep getting more action there. I know I did talk about this quite a bit last AMA, but I figured just for fun, while we're doing this AMA, we could open a quick position. I could just show you guys how it works. And yeah, and I'll close the position at the end of the AMA, and let's see if we can make a couple bucks. But and again, this is something where this is largely for people that are already involved in trading perps, that already understand the risks involved with trading with leverage. I mean, obviously, we just had that massive liquidation across the entire market on Friday. So definitely there's a lot of potential to lose funds here. So be very certain of what you're doing before you jump in. There are safer ways to play this, right? You don't have to always use 100x leverage. You can use lower amounts of leverage. You can use stuff like stop losses to limit your downside. So let's just take a little trade and see if we can get a win before the end of the AMA, just for fun. Let's see what we want to jump into here. Let's see if maybe I was going to say, let's see if Bitcoin wants to bounce, but it's looking like it might want to go a little bit lower. But let's just play around with a couple bucks here. Let's pump that leverage up a little bit, and let's just jump in. Did that go through? Nope. The price jumped too quick. I didn't get filled. And we don't go to the casino to play safe, Aaron. 100x or nothing. You know it, man. You know what? I'm just going to... I think we should have just got filled. Price 107.911. How did that knock? Yeah, okay. It is like slow for some reason. Give that a refresh. Okay, we got our position. So I'm just going to show you guys how to safeguard this too. So if you were to open the same trade that I just opened, and you can see that little, I don't know if you can see, but there's a little arrow there to show that was my buy. So our liquidation price is 107.371. Let's put a stop loss in here. So actually, let's just take a look. So let's just say if it goes under, if it breaks a new low from here, I'm going to want to get out. So 107.6, let's say. So like 107, let's go 107.550. So basically, it shows you here, we're going to lose 50 bucks if this stop loss ends up triggering. So, yeah, so I mean, again, perps, a lot of potential for upside. And if you use stop losses properly, you can limit your downside. So we got, 15% of a Bitcoin here. So let's see what happens by the end of the AMA, see if we can make a few bucks in this example trade. If you guys have got any questions about how this DEX works or anything of that nature, definitely post it into the chat, and I'll do my best to answer. Oh, looks like we're starting to go down. That's all right. We'll check back into that after and see if our stop kicked in or not. All right, what do we got next? Oh yeah, so I mean, I guess one last thing about this is, so yeah, I mean, we are definitely picking up volume here, and we're generating some fees. So expect, like I said, we're going to be using those for bettering the ecosystem, 100% of it. So that's going to be either buybacks of the token or potentially for some marketing spends. But either way, it's going to be every dollar that we generate from fees is going to be 100% put into the ecosystem. So again, for anybody that's trading perps out there already, this is a great DEX, tons of liquidity, and a great way to benefit the ecosystem while doing something that you're already doing. Just one last warning, though, if you're not familiar with trading on leverage, then just, I would recommend learning as much as you can first, and don't get wrecked, essentially. Just be a little bit smart with it, until you have a better understanding. All right, what's up next? Knox. Knox has been absolutely killing it. I'm sure you guys have seen him all over the Telegram channels. He's running raid competitions. There's actually new raid competitions coming up, so make sure to stay active in both the book and the blue TG. If you want to participate, there's going to be opportunity to make some money participating in those raid competitions. Knox has, consistently gotten both book and blue into the trending on the RaidShark trending bot, or trending tracker. So that's getting us a lot of new awareness on the projects, and not to mention the raids, of course, is getting more eyes on the projects as well from all the great replies that they're posting on X, and getting action on those replies. So definitely, Knox, keep up the great work there, and yeah, I'd love to see more of you guys participate in the competitions that he's running. I know that a bunch of competition winners have already been paid out, and yeah, we're going to keep running those raid competitions, and it generates a lot of excitement on X and in our Telegram communities. And I've even seen some buys come in that I think are likely because of those new eyes that we're getting on the projects. All right, moving on. So, all right, let's get into the big announcement now. I've touched on this a little bit in the past, but basically I've finalized the deal. We are getting a major KOL on board to promote both book and blue, and yeah, let's get right into what that's going to look like. So the amazing KOL that we've gotten is Darcy Donovan, probably best known for her role in Anchorman, but she's extremely well connected in the entertainment business, but also has been in crypto for 8 years. She operates a bunch of her own projects. She has a metaverse that she's heavily involved in. She has an amazing NFT collection that's coming out in end of November, I believe. That's been 5 years in the works in terms of building it. So that's going to be huge for her, and just the attention that's going to come around her huge NFT collection launching is going to get a lot more eyes on her and her content. And she does X Spaces once a week to talk about crypto, and we're going to be involved in those. And yeah, there's just going to be a lot more. I mean, already she has an incredible reach and really great connections in the space. But yeah, with the NFT collection launching, it's the reach in the crypto space is going to grow even further. So we've signed a long-term deal. It's going to be starting on Monday. And yeah, it's like I said, it's not just a quick post and goodbye. We're doing, we've actually done a year-long deal for promotion. So we're going to be working very closely with Darcy, and we're going to be taking advantage of all of her connections and her reach. And yeah, it's going to do wonders. I mean, we all know how great a projects Book and Blue are. They're both very incredible in their own ways. And, we know that we just need more eyes on the projects. That's all we need. And I'll show you some of the metrics from Darcy and Darcy's account, and you guys will see how this is going to impact the ecosystem. And I'll just say right now, this is a great time to pick up our assets, because once the floodgates open and Darcy starts doing some of the things that are, some of the promotions and the, different posts and stuff that we're going to be getting, the amount of new eyes on our projects is going to be exponential, compared to, what we're seeing now. So, yeah, just to go over like some of the stuff that we're going to be doing with Darcy, we're going to be getting at least 3 posts on X per week. Darcy's X account is strongly crypto related. She has over 230,000 followers. So we're going to be getting, at least 3 X posts a week. Her bigger audiences, though, are on Instagram and Facebook. And we are also getting posts and stories on Instagram and Facebook. So Instagram, 2.1 million followers. And we are going to be getting 1 Instagram and 1 Facebook story per week. So 2.1 mil on Instagram, 4.6 million followers on Facebook. So one story per week from each. In addition to that, we're going to be getting one Facebook feed post per month. And that's going to be like the super hard hitting one, because that's going to go, I believe like all 4.6 million of the followers would very likely see that in their feed. Let's go. Darcy working with us is absolutely insane. Yeah. And Darcy's been a fan of our projects for quite some time now. We've been in touch for, I want to say 5-6 months now. And, we just been, seeing how we could work together. And, now that I've had a couple like really in-depth discussions with her business manager, yeah, I'm super happy that we were able to, work something out that's going to be like incredibly beneficial for the projects. And at the same time, we're going to be able to work with Darcy moving forward. So outstanding news. Great job. Bullish. Let's go. 100%. This is the catalyst. This is the game changer. Darcy was also involved in EM, correct? Yeah, I'm not 100% sure about what they did together, but I think there was a very short, I'm not sure how long it was, but I don't think it was a long-term thing that they did, but I think there was some involvement there. So in addition to everything that I already mentioned, we're getting X posts, a whole bunch every week. We're getting Instagram posts, we're getting Facebook posts. We're also going to get per month, we're going to get an AMA or a video, whatever we prefer. So if we have something that we really want to show the world, we can get Darcy to create a video for us. We'll provide the content, or, we can jump on an AMA, or Darcy could like join our weekly AMA. So a lot of great stuff is going to come of that. And that's going to be once a month. And again, she has the weekly X spaces to a crypto crowd. So, we're going to be able to jump on those. I mean, it's going to be beneficial for us to be on, pretty much every single one of those, and, connecting with her community, the other projects that she's working with. And again, she only does longer term deals. So, it's not like a lot of the KOLs you see on X, they'll promote anyone that pays them a couple bucks, and they'll do like, a single post. I mean, Darcy took an interest in our projects, and that's why we had the opportunity to work with Darcy. And again, it's not a one and done. It's, we're working on long-term deals. So again, the other projects that she's working with are also going to be in a similar boat, where she's confident in the projects, and they're just going to be great projects to work with. Great news. She will attract a lot of eyes to the book ecosystem. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, so I mean, I think that's pretty much the extent of what we're going to be doing with Darcy. But yeah, with Darcy's reach and how bullish she is on the projects, it's going to be incredible. The new, because again, I keep saying it, but our book is truly amazing. It's a ultra strong narrative token on the BNB chain. It's called Book of Binance. It's all about Binance and BNB chain and the history of the chain. It's got incredible tokenomics, huge liquidity that's locked forever. It's got probably the best utility a coin can ever have on it, which is the BookUSD protocol to allow you to borrow against your book. So book is an incredible project. Blue, it's also incredible. It's, such a simple but powerful protocol. It's the degen playground. This just needs more eyes on it. We saw what Ohm and Time Wonderland did last bull market. We haven't had a crazy alt cycle yet this bull market, but I think it's coming very soon. So this is a great time to get yourself positioned into blue before the floodgates are opened and millions of new eyes are coming onto our projects. So, I mean, I don't know if it's coming across how bullish of a catalyst this is going to be, but it's going to be a true game changer for book and blue. So yeah, that's basically what we got coming up. I'm getting the contract signed today, and we're going to be starting on Monday. Book is the best. I agree. Book is very awesome. So until Monday, when everything starts, you guys got a couple days to accumulate your tokens. I think all the ecosystem tokens are a great bet right now. Especially book, bus, and blue. I'm not a huge fan of stable coins, but I mean, for anyone that does want to earn on stable coins, I definitely foresee the BUD staking APR going up substantially in the near future. So I think BUD is actually a little bit under peg right now. So yeah, so I mean, BUD's a little bit under peg right now. So for anyone that's into farming stablecoins, it's a great time to pick up some BUD and get it staked and watch that APR climb as the price of BUS increases. I say we leave the 1.7% in place with this news. Yeah, I mean, I think that I think you have a good point. Having a lot more eyes come on the project, I think that does impact the decision about whether we should change the rate or not. I mean, I have promised the entire time that we're going to do a community vote on it, so I'm going to stick with that. But yeah, I think I do agree with you that I think it probably is all right to leave that APR alone, but ultimately it's going to be the G Blue holders that are going to decide that. But from having a lot of experience doing votes in the past, I mean, typically whichever direction I favor, typically a lot of the community will follow my lead. So I mean, if I think it's going to be better to probably leave it as it is, then I mean, probably that's where a lot of people will vote. But I guess the G Blue holders will decide that. Let's go. Any bonds in the near future? Yeah, that's a great question. I've talked about bonds a little bit recently, and I think that now with this big catalyst coming in the next couple of days or early next week, I think it's probably a good time to start getting some bonds going. Let's see what the price of blue does. If people will understand the impact of what's going to be happening with this new partnership, then I think the price of blue will start to move up, and then I'll definitely be really happy to open up some bond markets. Or if not, we wait until Darcy starts to promote us, and then I'm sure at that point the price will start to move up. I just want to see a little bit of more positive price movement before I start opening some bond markets. But I think that as opposed to the bond markets that we originally opened were only running for I mean, they were all different, but I think it was roughly like 7 to 10 days were the durations of the bond markets. I think that what we can do is we can open longer duration bond markets, and with basically the daily supply, the daily capacity, I guess you would say, is going to be a lot lower, which basically means that there's not going to be as many bonds available to purchase. So essentially, once bonds start to get purchased, the price is going to jump a lot quicker, and that's going to prevent a lot of blue from getting dumped on the market once the bond matures. So I think we got the right plan ready to go for the bonds. I just want to see a little bit more positive price movement, and then we can probably open up. We'll probably do these same 3 bond markets, but like I said, just in a smaller daily capacity. Yeah, thanks for the great question, and we'll definitely get that going. The heat is on. Yes, sir. That Terry Team Crypto Gem. Not sure exactly what you mean there. Are we going to simplify onboarding for new users? Example, off-ramp. As a decentralized crypto protocol, that's a little bit outside of the scope of what we do. I think that, probably the best way to address that is just to have great docs, or even have a video maybe that shows people how they can easily on-ramp or off-ramp. But yeah, I mean, actually, I guess there are some different things we can integrate that could potentially make it easier for people to get involved. For example, some services that let you actually, obviously you have aggregators that you can use to swap tokens, but some aggregators or some services take that one step further and actually let you on ramp and off ramp. Well, actually, I already have an account with one of them, Transact. So actually, yeah, maybe that is a good idea to integrate something like that where people can directly buy BNB with fiat, with credit card, or from their bank account. Yeah, let me write that down and look into how we can maybe integrate that to make things easier for new users. Because yeah, that's a great point, because I mean, a lot of Darcy's audience, they could be newer crypto users or brand new crypto users. So yeah, so having something where it's easier to get started would probably be very beneficial. Great point there, John. I did see something on Coinbase adding BNB. Coinbase adding BNB chain, so that'll make it easier to onboard. Yep, great point, guys. Yeah, I did see that news that Coinbase is going to be adding BNB, and I know that a lot of users have Coinbase accounts, so being able to buy BNB on Coinbase and being able to withdraw BNB on BNB chain is going to take one step away from, you know, for any Coinbase user that wants to get involved in our projects, they're not going to have to bridge, right? Like, I guess typically guys probably use Base to like withdraw ETH or USDC, and then they have to bridge that over to BNB. So, you know, for us guys that have been in crypto for years and doing that on a regular basis, it's not a problem. But for newer users, it's a lot easier to just buy BNB, withdraw it to your wallet, and, you know, jump into Blue, jump into Book. Yeah. So that is actually a very, very bullish thing for the BNB chain. Just again, because of just the reach that Coinbase has and the huge number of people that have Coinbase accounts. Transact works great. Yeah, I've played around with the account as well, and I've done some transactions through it, and it does work great. I think their fees are fairly competitive too. So yeah, I got no complaints with Transact. Just to show you guys what I'm talking about. Transact. Actually, that's my partner login. That's probably not where I need to go. Yeah, so it's just, I think you guys have seen this. I think we've integrated this. Oh, we were integrating this into Book Smarter, I believe. I think we had some minor issues with it, just because we had to whitelist the domain. But yeah, it looks just like this. Yeah, and a lot of protocols have integrated Transact on-ramping. So yeah, we can definitely get this going. Oh yeah, let's take a look at our trade. Oh, well, we didn't get stopped out yet, but we're down $23. Well, we'll close this right when the AMA ends. But yeah, that's pretty much what I got for you guys. Hope you guys are as excited as I am. I mean, I know what's going to happen once some of these posts start going out. You know, like we've said as a group for a long time, we know we need more eyes, and it's, you know, with thousands and thousands of new coins being created every single day, it's difficult to maintain that attention. But you know, we have a very loyal community that strongly believes in what we're doing, and, you know, I appreciate every single one of you. And I think that, you know, with this new partnership with Darcy, we're going to be growing the community like crazy. And I mean, obviously, Knox is doing a great job as well, getting new eyes on the protocols. But, you know, the combination of, you know, everything Knox is doing to get excitement, and also all the millions and millions of fresh eyes that we can get on our projects through Darcy, it's going to be huge. I think Kim is asking about the big group that was sitting on the sidelines, big investment into Book. Yeah, so they're just looking for more volume. I'm still in contact with them. Actually, Knox works closely with that group. That's actually how I met Knox. So we need volume on Book to pick up, and then we'll be able to restart negotiations there, and that'll be a game changer as well, right? So, you know, everything is in place, right? We're about to get millions of new eyes on the projects. We have BookUSD, which is going to amplify everything that's going on within Book. So all of that combined means that our volume is going to pick up, and then we have the group that wants to invest $750,000 into Book. I mean, the number might have changed now that some things have changed, but either way, they're very interested in getting involved in Book. They just want to see the volume pick up, and I think we're going to be able to do that for them. We are golden. Yes, sir. We just need to keep on buying. 100%. Yep. Dennis said it best. 100%. Yeah. So again, guys, until this partnership starts up, this is your chance to load up on the ecosystem tokens. They're pretty much all at a great price right now. I mean, some of them are a little bit off the bottom, but for where I know that they're going to be going, it's pretty much a no-brainer to load up. And, you know, especially with all the excitement around BNB chain, once our tokens start to, you know, gain some traction, imagine us being in the top trending, on deck screener. I know it's really hard to reach that right now, but I think that with everything that we got going on, we can definitely start to make some momentum and traction in getting higher trending. Then we can, say purchase a deck screener ad and a trending boost, and that combined with all the extra action that we're getting on swaps, like the action on the pair, I think that could very likely push us to top 10 trending on stuff like Book and Blue. And with all the action on BNB chain and all these massive runners, I think that having our token show up in the trending list is going to be another huge catalyst that's going to bring on thousands and thousands of additional new investors and buyers. So very, very bullish times ahead. So yeah, I guess my only conclusion is for anyone that's using involved in perpetuals, I'd suggest using book decks, because the fees from book decks are going to benefit the ecosystem for buybacks and helping covering some marketing expenses. So definitely check out book decks. And once we get a few more users on book decks, I'd love to have like a competition where maybe like trading volume over a 7-day period, or maybe profit and loss over a 7-day period is stuff that we can look at in terms of rewarding the top participants. So let's get a few more users in there, and we'll do something with that. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much what I got for you guys for today. So take the next couple days to accumulate tokens and get ready for blast off. Dennis says, I'm very happy to be here so early. Let's get the word out. 100%. I guess I said I was going to close this at the end. I kind of want to let this ride for a little bit longer. It looks like we might have bottomed here, but five. You know what? I'm just going to leave it open. I know I said I would close it. I'm just going to leave it open. And let's see. So you guys know if BTC drops to 107,550, that means we got stopped out. Otherwise, I'm just going to hold on to it. But all right, guys. Well, hope you guys are as pumped as I am, and huge things starting next week. Going to be really pumping the whole ecosystem. So take that opportunity to load up now with the prices where they're at. And yeah, actually, I can't wait for next week's AMA. It should have a lot of really great new developments to share, and we should have already been seeing some of the benefits of our new collab and partnership. So, and guys, make sure to follow Darcy on X. I'll post a link for you guys. And yeah, next week should be super exciting. So everyone, enjoy the rest of your day, enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll see you guys around the community. And yeah, start preparing for very, very bullish times coming up in the very near future. All right, take care, guys.